wow, such a beautiful sunrise.
Yeah, man, it's warm. It's warm and nice.
Nice. Welcome back, everybody. It is sunrise, where the fun rise, 6:15 in the a.m. And that means it is time for headlines with
So who do we have today?
Tiki-Tita. Tiki-Tita. Run them Tiki-Tita. Run them Tiki-Tika. Yeah, you see that? I know you weren't expecting that. Dennis is not in the house, but we got rhymes. We got rhymes.
We have her.
Tiki-Tita. Yeah. Tiki-Tita.
I never have no faith.
I know.
I didn't have the faith, you know, but you got me. You got me.
Bam. Yeah.
Oh my God.
MPG, we got styles.
Of course.
We have more style than styling.
And it's not just Dennis.
Yeah.
Just
which is
for the
right.
record. Just for the record.
Yeah. What's up, TK?
Dennis is being represented well. Okay,
Absolutely.
Dennis. Great morning. I have some headlines. So you ready?
Very well.
Let's do it. So first and foremost, poor fiscal policy led to 90s financial sector collapse. So with the unveiling of the FinTech archives, the public now has an opportunity to get a greater understanding of what led to the financial collapse of the 90s. One academic, Joseph Cox, wrote extensively that the fiscal challenges faced by the government of Jamaica in the late 1990s, can you imagine, were closely tied to the country's economic slowdown and persistent deficits in the balance of payments, often referred to as the BOP. For the world, it was said the 90s were actually years of economic boom. Countries like Barbados saw sustained growth, but for Jamaica, it was doom and one of the worst periods on Jamaica's fiscal report card. According to Cox, during the 1996-97 to 2000-2001 period, the Jamaican government struggled to maintain a healthy fiscal balance. And experts say that while foreign borrowing helped manage immediate financial needs, it added long-term pressure to the country's debt. So that's in the headlines this morning.
Me teacher, I have a question.
Yes.
Why we just now unveiling? 20-something years later, why we just unveiling?
You're asking the teacher, I'll have to go to the principal. I'll have to go to the principal for that
to the
one.
director for that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I like? I like that we are now making a move towards transparency.
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah.
You understand? Because I feel like no, where there's transparency, there's also accountability. Because if people know that we are going to find out the ins and outs of the rendezvous, then they will have to ensure that them dot them I's and cross them T's. Because as sooner than later, the public is going to become off with what it is that's going on.
Right. And for me, it also sets up the fact that we have information that hopefully will help us never to go down that path again. So there won't be a repeat, you know what I mean? So I think it's a good thing. I mean, I would want to talk to the Jamaicans in the streets, you know, to hear what they have to say, because many persons, you know, are saying, well, it was politically motivated, it was sabotage, it was mismanagement, it was a lot of things. So I'm very interested in seeing how they categorized it, how they, you know, got everything together. So that's something that I'm looking forward to. But yeah, but I want to talk to...
What I want to
go to one bar and make the man them...
But you know, as I talk about the people in the streets and the bar, I'd also want somebody to take the responsibility for dumb it down for, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. But I'd want somebody to take the responsibility to just break it all the way down to crumbs, so that the typical man, the layman, can understand what's really going on. Because this is how, I think, even though it takes 20 odd years, right? This is how we actually get a glimpse of what politicians were up to at the time. You understand what I mean? And so we can understand, because a lot of people in Jamaica, when it comes on to politics and election and voting, very delusional and feel as though these people are blinded by color. You know what I mean? Them above reproach and them not do no wrong and until me dead, that kind of thing. And so it is important that we understand how the decisions made by these people impact us. With pound of flour. Even today, with pound of flour. You know what I mean? So somebody ought to take the responsibility for break it right down so that the typical man can access it.
I wonder if I may hear that.
Maybe.
If they can pay away. Hello, hi, how are you? Good morning to the ministry. I would not know for that. Good morning to the ministry. Ministry of Education.
Live on location.
Over. Oh. MPG, guys. Hello, how
So
are
we
you?
are-
Excuse me?
Yes.
I have one work already. You see,
No,
you
work can't too much, girl.
That's true.
Yeah, me all of it
That's
talking
fair.
in my life, you know.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, one hand can't clap. We have to be clapping
One
everywhere.
finger can't kill three.
Next up, normalcy returns to Royalton Hotel. Manager suspended. So operations at the Royalton Negril Hotel have resumed after a protest by workers Monday. Hours after a standoff outside Royalton Negril, CVM News was reliably informed that the entity's general manager was suspended. The suspension came after a meeting convened Tuesday with several executives from TPDCO, the Jamaica Tourist Board, the hotel's senior management, and Tourism Minister Ed Bartlett. Monday's protest over wages and working conditions saw guests joining in support of the workers. Among those in attendance at the high-level meeting was Senior Vice President of Blue Diamond International, the operators of Royalton Negril, Daniel Lozano, Senior Advisor and Strategist in the Tourism Ministry, Delana Seawright, has since confirmed the return of the workers as negotiations continue. Yeah.
Well, I saw the fiasco on social media.
Yes.
I saw some videos and I was quite disheartened because when you pay your money to go to a hotel, MBG, me not go for hunger strike.
That's true.
Me not go for a Russian food and
true.
all of that. So it was quite
Yeah.
disconcerting to me to see what happened. But I'm also very happy that the workers, I mean, I would have obviously preferred a more amicable way of resolving issues. But sometimes you have to take it to the streets and it is what it is, right? And if you can peacefully protest, you're not disrupting the flow of traffic, or you're not creating any kind of disharmony in the streets, or you're not breaking the law. If I have to stand up for myself, these hotel workers, they work very hard.
Very hard.
They work very long hours,
Yeah.
and they ought to be compensated and compensated properly. It cannot be that at the end of the day, the bottom line, you're making billions of dollars and your workers can't feed their families. That cannot be fair. You must be compensated for the work being done. But also, workers have to operate at a certain level of excellence, right? So no mediocre attitude, right? And you have to bring your best to work. But of course, they deserve their best. When you go to a hotel, the amount of work we take, just to look at how they have to manage the place, keep the place so pristine and in order. They deserve their money.
And always in good spirits,
Yes.
great mood, always
Yeah.
smiling. It's rough, and I agree with you 100%. I mean, tourism is a huge part of the Jamaica brand.
Yeah, and it goes back to what we said earlier, MPG, when you said we cannot just make tourism only comfortable for our visitors. Our Jamaicans
Everybody were
need
in
to
there.
benefit. Our Jamaicans need to feel welcomed and appreciated, because without them, it can't.
Absolutely. My heart goes out to my
Yeah.
family down there at Royalton. They are my friends.
Yeah.
We have a working relationship. And I understand their heartache. I understand their pain. And it is absolutely sad that it takes getting the attention of the Minister of Tourism to resolve these kinds of issues when it comes down to Jamaica, we literally set on a pot on fire because of the tourism zone. Therefore, we have a responsibility. It is incumbent on us to ensure that every single solitary person who contributes to this sector in a one way or the other, including the very farmers in St. Elizabeth who plant the lettuce,
Yes.
we have a responsibility to ensure that everybody is adequately and comfortably accommodated. The people them cannot work for scrapsies.
True.
How you feel for in a one place, a work where people come and you wait on them hands and feet. Them can't eat until them roll like a barrel. And when you go home, your picnic can't find tea.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it ought not to happen. It has to be painful when you are a worker. It is giving slavery. Because you get to see people living posh and lavish lifestyles, eat lamb and steak and all of those things. And when you go home, you can barely flash out.
True.
It's not
True.
okay.
It's not okay.
It's not.
And
It's not
I just hope that the negotiations will go well and fast, and I hope that the workers will be properly compensated, stand up for what you believe in, and get what they deserve.
Other hotels take a page.
Yes.
No, pay attention, because you really don't want that fall apart.
On a public holiday,
And
and
you know
take
what?
care of your workers so
And
that they
when-
don't need to take matters into their own hands.
And when you
Absolutely.
find guests supporting the workers,
Then you know.
You know what I mean?
You know.
Yeah,
You
man,
know.
you know.
You
Yeah.
know.
Come
You know
together
what's
with
up.
a hotel food, you know.
We don't.
And when you start back the workers, you know, say, yeah.
Yeah,
So
man.
to the Royalton staff, You know, we send our love, we send our support and strength, and I just hope everything will be resolved post-haste and we can get back to, you know, normalcy, right? But
Absolutely.
yeah, we have to do better. Can't be tourism and it's nice and advertisements and yeah, and then our Jamaican people who are the heart of the tourism, pulse of the tourism, are unhappy and underpaid and feel so. Yeah, it no make no sense at all. Yeah,
but
so,
that's what I have for you. That's what I have. You're so proud of yourself. It's good though. It's something to be proud of.
I'm trying. Dennis will be so proud, darling. Thank you. Well, that's going to be it for our Thursday headlines. Thank you, TK. After the break, you have, or we have rather, Money Matters, and our trusted financial educator will definitely be here to help us through them. Money Masterclass is up next with Sir Carlton. Please do stay with us.
May have my notebook.
Yeah,
I'm ready to take notes.